Alright, so tonight we're here for Bard on the Beach.
Moderators aren't here.
I think it's for us. I don't think it's just by chance.
Well,
I didn't. I wanted to.
I bet you're wondering why you're here.
yeah, I am now.
Well, you know it's not by chance.
Yes, I knew it.
The three of you have been chosen to face your fate tonight. Or it might be daytime. This was recorded in advance. Craig, Argy, Tess. You've been chosen for a perilous trial. Should you succeed, glory awaits. Glory. Should you fail, something wicked this way comes. Suppose you want me to be more specific.
Yes!
Well, I could tell you.
Tell us!
I could show you.
You can tell us!
All right, I'll show you. Activate time portal.
Okay, we're just at the end of intermission. We're gonna go back and catch the last 40 minutes of the complete works, abridged, of William Shakespeare. Okay, that was hilarious. Hello friends. It's a very dreary morning here in Vancouver. It's kind of lovely. Kind of makes me excited about Halloween season, but we still have a lot of summer stuff to discuss first. So what you just saw was me attending the complete works of William Shakespeare, abridged, revised again at Bard on the Beach. This is a hilarious, high intensity, high action, super athletic performance, as the title would suggest, of all of Shakespeare's plays done at once. And it's hilarious. You do not need to be a Shakespeare fan. I would say if you're hesitant, or you know someone who's hesitant about seeing Bard because of the Shakespeare and it being like dry or language you can't understand, this was a great first play to bring somebody to. It's not on the main stage, it's on their little like smaller stage, so it's more intimate, although you don't get the signature Bard view of the sunset and everything in the background. The clip that I put in, there was a slightly different cast, though their one actress was actually an actor. So the cast that I got to see was Nathan Kay, Tess Degenstein, and Craig Erickson, and I feel like Tess and Nathan just like play really well together. And the actor Craig Erickson, he was like drenched. I mean, I'm sure they were all drenched in sweat, but like by the end you could see the whole back of his shirt was just like soaked. They're like running, rolling around on the ground, leaping, jumping, doing all the things. Very high energy, like, and literally laugh out loud hilarious. So yeah, very impressive performance. But there are two other plays that I got to see that are at Bard this summer. The first one being Much Ado About Nothing. So this is probably like the most traditional Shakespeare play that they're doing this year. The costumes are more traditional. It really makes use of that beautiful background because it's supposed to be essentially set in Messina on Sicily. It's an island in Italy and it looks very oceanic in the background. You can like get a sneak peek of the ocean there. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why Bard is really impressive, is because you get to be like right on the beach. It was a very frilly, flowery set that sort of matched like the Italian setting. I have to say this was like my least favorite of the three that we saw, maybe because it's like a Shakespearean play that's like not very popular in terms of Shakespeare's works. It is a little bit like problematic, and Bard chose to perform like a version that has a bit of a rewrite. It's been like tweaked by writer Aaron Shields. Kind of begs the question of if it's problematic as a play to the point that you want to have somebody rewrite it to make it more appropriately feminist for 2025 for a modern audience, then it sort of is like, why are we doing it at all? I mean, I don't know. Contrasted with Two Gentlemen of Verona. Okay, so this has an 80s theme this year, and the costuming is so fun. The setting is so fun. They have like a pretend rooftop pool situation. Tess Degenstein was also in that. And there is like a little bit of a, also I guess, problematic ending to this play, but I think that Bard did a really good job in terms of modifying how they were performing it and staging it without really needing to do necessarily like a rewrite situation. Also, there's a dog in it who literally steals the show. They have two dogs playing the role, and one of them is actually the dog of Christopher Gaze, who is the artistic director of Bard on the Beach and has been since the 1990s. A very hilarious performance, a great ensemble cast production. If you're gonna check out Bard this summer, which you should do because getting to see live theater is always a thrill, and I feel like seeing Shakespeare and listening to the language especially is such a good challenge for your brain, and it's also really fascinating to see how the themes of gender, themes of romance, different class struggles. Yeah, there's a lot of struggles that are still the same today in 2025. Also, the cast is just fantastic. Like, I can't believe that there are actors who perform in more than one play in a season, because memorizing that many lines must just be like a feat for the memory. It's really nice in terms of the theater world of Vancouver. It's small enough that you can like get to know people, and then you see them again in different roles, and it just makes their talents that much more impressive. A hot tip, if you are worried about it being hot, because I have gone at different times of the year to Bard. It runs from June until the end of September, or mid to the end of September, depends on the play. If you go earlier in the season or later in the season, you're less likely to be hot. Because if you are going at like, you know, peak August, even though today, you know, a little bit cloudy and cold today. I'm out here in a sweatshirt and it's August in Vancouver, but it could be cooler or it could be really hot. So if you're worried like I am about toasting while I'm trying to enjoy a play, go earlier or later in the season. Although I went to some of the opening nights this year, which were like that early. It was like the first performance and people in the audience had blankets. Like it was that cold. So just to give you a sense so you're prepared. They don't really have that many food options at Bard. It's probably a good idea to eat before you go, although they do have an excellent popcorn, the caramel popcorn. If you get a chance, grab a bag of that because it is super tasty. Yeah, but hopefully you'll check out Bard this year. Let me know in the comments if you've been before, if you have a Shakespeare festival wherever you live. Yeah, that it's something that's pretty cool as a summer feature in Vancouver, and I always look forward to seeing what they're going to do for every season. And they'll be announcing next year's season pretty soon because they do it at the end of every year. So coming up in September, we'll know what they're going to be doing for their 2026 season. Thanks for watching.